Hello everyone, so welcome you to my first video of this tutorial. So I'm starting with a mannequin. As you can see, here's my reference model that I have sculpted before, so I will use it for my guides, for my proportions only. I guess I will include this model into my project files so you can follow along. So right now I want to go to deformation tablet and just rotate my model so it would face right directions. After that I want to start to posing this mannequin. Okay, I start with arms, so I'm trying to give it proportion kind of like in my reference. So let's spend some time doing this. In future it will be much easier to sculpt if we're gonna have right proportions, right pose, and I encourage you to spend as much time as you need to have a right pose. So after that we can try to get right proportions and very good forms, details, and etc. So here I'm kinda looking what I need to rotate, to move. Here I'm really taking my time, so I want to make all the stuff right, to not be bothered to redo some stuff afterwards. So after I'm happy with my initial pose, I want to go back to a geometry tablet position, and here I want to change some values to align my model better with my reference. Here I'm just tweaking legs positions. As you can see, it's not quite right. By using W key I can move my joints. By using E key I can scale them. Using R key I can rotate them. Right. So as you can see, right now I'm using move tool, kind of aligning everything. Okay, aligning ahead. So all of this will be changing a lot. You don't need to be frustrating how your pose look like in the beginning, because everything gonna change. So right now we are looking just for a right pose. So in our future we can have some easy time sculpting our model. Right, so I'm taking my time, posing. Okay, here's need to be pushing down a little bit, but you don't need to be so precise with this kind of stuff, because as I said before, everything will gonna be changed, because we're gonna sculpt this guy. So volumes are gonna be changed, everything gonna be changed. Fine enough. So I'm going right now in a adaptive skin. So here's my values that I'm gonna put in the sliders. Okay, so right now I'm appending what we got. Right. Okay, so as you can see, there is a lot of stars in our topology. It's because because of polygroups. So we get rid of them in a minute. Okay, right now I'm trying to zero mesh this model. Keep groups. I'm keeping the groups because they will be very helpful. So as you can see, after zero meshing, stars are not disappear because of polygroups. So what we can do is to make new polygroups. Okay. To make those, I just hold Ctrl Shift Alt and clicking on some part of mesh that I would like to make same polygroups. By holding Ctrl W, I will make those polygroups. Okay. So I'm attaching arms to one polygroups and body, as you can see. This shoulders, neck area, I make this as one polygroup. Legs, I decide to split into separate polygroups, upper leg and lower leg, because it will be easy for me to sculpt. Right. So right now I'm inflating my mesh just to give it some shape, some volume. Right now it's look really ugly. But believe me, when we finish, the model will look not bad. I think it will be look good. Right. So at this initial stages, everything look very bad. So we need to spend a lot of time to make it look good. But when you practicing more in this stage, I believe you will spend less and less hours or minutes because of your experience. So you will be knowing what you're doing. So here, as you can see, I have a problem with my mesh because it's really thin. So I'm using backface masking. So when I scope in one side of my model, another side will not be deflated, as you can see right now. So, and one major issue with this kind of model is where I have like angles in my mesh, I mean where my polygroups are right here. As you can see, when I'm inflating or try to sculpt this part, it will give me some bad artifacts, bad geometry. So you need to be careful, very careful with this kind of stuff, because it will give you a headache in the future when you will leave your model like this. So here I'm adding a volume with my clay pillar brush. Okay, trying to get rid of some problems with my topology. Okay, so at this point I'm really focusing on my shapes, volumes. I'm not trying to get some crazy details, veins or etc. Just good proportions. At this point I'm looking at my references in my another monitor. I will provide those references in my project files, so you can follow along. As I said before, I guess I will provide my reference model, so you can follow the shapes easily, have a little bit easier time because it is really frustrating, could be really frustrating or really hard to make some models just looking in your images, because if you're not really experienced it in such things like capturing some proportions via your eye, your mesh could be really out of shape. So I will provide my model, and you can bring it to your scene and check your proportion. Right now, as you can see, I'm zero mesh my model a couple of times because I want to get rid of some bad geometry. I'm trying to achieve some topologies that it will give me more free time to sculpt without some artifacts. Okay. At this stage, it's all about just blocking the forms, blocking the shapes. Here I'm just working on my leg area, so I will constantly move from one part to another. So here I'm working on another leg, trying to shape feet. So I'm giving it just a rough shape. Here I'm shaping upper leg. So at this stage, as I said before, there is no like muscles, separations, or some kind of crazy stuff. Just I want to achieve overall shape and form. Okay. So here, as you can see, there is some pinching in a leg area where the leg bends. Okay. So I'm trying to get rid of it, so it not would be affecting my sculpt later. So right now it's look really funny, but we need to keep going, keep pushing. So let's talk about why I'm choose this model. First of all, I think this model has really dynamic pose. So as you can see, there is a lot of movement going on. There is a lot of muscles involvement. Arms, legs, bend. So there is a lot of muscle tensions. Back, really interesting because there is a lot going on, a lot of muscles involvement. In my opinion, it is a very great exercise if you want to practice your anatomy. It is better to start with something like mannequin or sphere without a symmetry. Take your time and go in step by step, doing these exercises, making your model look great. There is no need to be rushed, you know, like I want to make this model and post in my portfolio. It's all about practicing. So of course you can start with some good base mesh, like T-pose or E-pose sculpt of all forms, but afterwards you will spend a lot of time just to fix shapes, because when you're gonna pose your model, if this model is complex like this, is probably all your work gonna be ruined, because you should resculpt arms, you should resculpt legs, back. It's not bad to start from a good model, it's kind of advantage, but be aware that you will spend a lot of time just to resculpting your mesh, but benefits, you will have good topology, you can assign properly polygroups, so you don't need to zero mesh your model a lot of times or dynamesh it or whatever. You just can be focused on your sculpt, on your model. Yeah, so it's up to you. Whenever you want to start from something like mannequin or sphere, or from base mesh, there is advantages and disadvantages. So let's move on. So right now I'm adding new polygroups, because I am mesh all my model in one polygroup and zero mesh it, so I can have a better topology. Okay, Control W is make a new polygroup. Right now I'm making a polygroup for legs. So as you can see, there is some spirals in my topology, but it's not a problem. Okay. Okay, this leg is finished, a little bit more. Okay, so another leg, another polygroup. If I need to make changes to my polygroup, I can do it later, but right now it's okay. So I can concentrate on the body. So I'm giving it some volume on the front. So as you can see from my intro, I will give another face expression to my model. So here it's kind of smiling, but it right now it's really tough to say, because there is no teeth, there is no eyes. So at this point I'm measuring my distances by using old ZBrush gizmo. If you want to change it, you just simply need to press Y key on your keyboard, so this way you can toggle between new and old gizmos. Okay, so this way you can draw a line and check your proportions with the reference model. Okay, so as you can see, by having a polygroups, it's really easy to just separate my model and just work on some different parts, just like hands or legs, by not affecting my whole model. Okay. let's give some volume to a leg. Okay. So at this stage you need to be really patient with what you are doing. So as you can see here, I'm just measuring proportions. As I said before, you need to be very patient. You know, don't need to be rushing forward. Okay. So when you will be happy with overall proportions, overall shapes, then you can move forward. You know, cleaning your model, adding muscles, separations, adding additional details, everything, some stuff like this. Okay, fixing the legs, proportions, shape. Mostly I'm using, as you can see, no brush. At this stage, Claybilla brush. So maybe them standard brush. It's not a lot brushes. So here is a move topological because I don't want to affect my upper leg when I'm fixing lower part and vice versa. Okay. So as you can see right now I'm maybe spending a little bit more time than I should in one area, just fixing the shape of this feet, this leg overall, but I think this is good enough. Okay, start to look like a fit. Of course, there is a lot of work to be done. and I'm really thinking I should switch to another area, because I'm spending too much time on this leg. There should be like passes when you work on one leg, on one part of your model, then switch to another, so your model is like developed by in some proportion, so it's nothing left behind. As you can see, right now my these legs are more developed than the rest of my model. So I really should switch to another spot. Okay. So at this point you just need to look at the references and try to mimic what you see. Later, what I should do, I would check my proportions, because that is really important to have them right. Okay. Here is the latent fit, and I want to make another polygroup over the like bands. All right, here you go. Finally, I switch to another area. Here I decide to work on my body to shape pectoral muscles, back muscles. Okay. So as you can see, his back is really dynamic. There's a lot of going on. So this way it's really fun to sculpt some model like this. Okay, here I just want to check the proportions, but decide to not do this. Right, shaping a shoulder, traps. Okay. Here I'm trying to give some shapes to arms. Okay. Here I'm shaping a head, traps. Okay. So as I mentioned before, I have a reference on my another monitor. So and I have some in my PureRef. So yeah. Always looked at your references. So your work, your sculpt is as good as your references, so you need to keep it in mind. Because pulling something from your head, if you're not that experienced, I'm not saying I'm experienced at all, but I'm using my references a lot, so I think you should do this too. Because if you're not experienced and just pulling something from your head and just kind of rethink some anatomy, it's not good. Because it's probably not gonna be look realistic, and not be good enough. Okay, shaping here forearm. So as you can see, there's one big blob where would be a fist. If you want to sculpt the stuff like this from just one big muscle, one big shape of clay, to make fingers or just making a fist, could be really fast just by giving a shape like I'm doing right now. But in future it could give a really hard time to make this fist clean, make it right, add some additional details, because it's from just one big blob. So my advice would be maybe to start from a really good base mesh that have fingers and just bend them into the fist and give it right shape, proportions, and so you will have a really easy time to sculpt your model. Because when you're starting from like sphere or just mannequin, you are dynameshing it a lot, or you are, and like in my case, you are remeshing it. In most cases it is not perfect topology, so you need to fight it a lot. But if you will start from a good mesh, good base mesh, you can avoid a lot of a problem. All you need to do is just pose it. It could be already, you can give to your base mesh good polygroups, so you don't need to redo it later, or when you like zero mesh your model, you don't need to zero mesh it at all. So you could have a really easy time in the future. I'm start from mannequin, so I need to fight my geometry, but it is not bad, so you can do this. But I will recommend to use base mesh, so you could have a really easy time doing this. So right now I'm measuring proportions. Okay. As a light in a body. Okay. So as you can see, it's really looking really ugly. So his upper body is really big, but legs kind of small. So let's give it some cartoony look. But we'll fix it. Okay. Right. So legs more or less shaped. It's not good enough, but at this stage is for this stage I think it's local right. So as you can see, left leg is kind of short. I would fix it later. Right now I'm working on the back, just adding volumes, carving with my damn standard brush. Okay. So this reference model I will use just for a proportion guide. When I will be doing my details, I will do it from my references, from a pure ref. Okay, right now I'm just, as you can see, in a moment ago I measure my proportions. Okay, I'm doing right now. So okay, but it's as you can see, it was not bad. It was right where it should be. I mean pectoral muscles. Okay, but I just want to double check it. Okay. All right. So okay. This arm should be fixed a lot bit more, because as you can see, forearm is really flat, so I should spend some time fixing this arm. Okay, give it a volume. Okay. For part like this, for parts like this where I'm sculpting forearm, you see this geometry really thin, so I probably should use backface masking, but I don't. Okay, so here I'm just measure my proportions again. All right. So as you can see, you should be careful with this gizmo, because you can move your model accidentally, and it's not good. Okay, checking my proportions once again. Right. Okay. So for this area, I should probably use backface masking, but it's kind of fine. It's not giving me some problems. right? So I think it's, for this lesson it's good enough, and I see you in the next one.